Hey, BTTN in the building, the Beast That Thing Network. We're doing big things for a little bit of change. A statue of David behind me, and ultimately, I'm just going to introduce the channel. Happy to be here. Got some dust on the camera. Alright, I am Beast That Thing. That's my handle. Xbox Live, Fantasy Football, Sleeper, Yahoo, wherever you see me beasting, I'm just beasting that thing. That's what we do. We see a thing, we're gonna beast. Uh, we're gonna have a lot of different shows on this channel. Cause I like to talk about a lot of different shit. You know, I got ADHD, OCD. I don't know. I got some mental health issues that occasionally I take medicine for if it's available, if I can afford it. Dead broke records over here. We're going nowhere fast, baby. But we getting some dubs over fantasy football. But yeah, I like to talk about a lot of different things, and I want to just put my own little, pizzazz, my little flavor on it, my little special sauce, so to speak. Let me get a little closer to the microphone. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Hell yeah. Get a little adjusted, get comfortable. We're gonna be in this motherfucker for a minute. Oh yes, I cuss. I'm pretty vulgar. I'm gonna try to tone it down on this one, but it is an intro video, so I mean, I want to be honest and introduce you to what we're gonna do, what I do, who I am. So let's block that. BTTN is the channel and the overall brand, and within that umbrella, there's other things underneath it. So right here, it's the Dynasty Deity. On this channel, I basically discuss my personal experiences in fantasy football, some of my personal leagues, and philosophies and strategies within those leagues. I'll go over those startup drafts. I'll blur out, some of the members and stuff. I ain't gonna put everyone on blast, but I will talk about the blurred individual. I won't mention by name. I won't expose their name, but I will talk about where they fucked up or how I took advantage and dominated or whatever. But yeah, it's basically just me with my personal stuff, so it's going to be extremely subjective and explicit to that league, those league settings, and situations within that. And I'm going to show how I was godlike in these leagues, taking candy from little babies, basically. They're basically paying their league dues and depositing it right in my pocket. And hopefully this channel will do the same for you. Put you in that deity position. Motherfuckers are taking a knee and bowing down and worshiping you. But like I said, this is just personal. When I discuss my leagues and what I do. Like recently, what I was in. I'm small time. 8 leagues? I did 8 leagues this year. 5 redraft, 3 dynasty. I won 2 Super Bowls in dynasty. 2 of those dynasty leagues were startups this year. I've only been playing dynasty for 2 years. The other one, it's been 3 years. I've been in the Super Bowl both years. I lost last year. I won it this year. And then I was in a $200 startup this year on Sleeper. That's another thing. Like I don't like playing with my friends and family. I'm not trying to take their money all the time. And plus I want to challenge. I do this shit. I live this shit. A lot of my friends and family. They wife, kids, full-time jobs. They're not paying attention. They're not really focusing like that. And a lot of times they ask me for information, so I'm kind of like playing myself. And the buying's a little cheaper and stuff. And I'm like, I want to fucking make money doing this. I want to fucking explore, see what I'm capable of. So yeah, I was in 3 Yahoo Prize Leagues, 250s. I made it to 2 Super Bowls, won 1. So I made it to 4 Super Bowls overall and won 3 out of the 8 leagues. I finished 3rd in another league. I think I think I only made the playoffs in 4 leagues, honestly. I have to go back and look at that. But yeah, in all my most expensive leagues, Yahoo 250s are, I don't pay $250 for a buy-in on any of my redraft leagues, or even Dynasty. The most expensive Dynasty league was $200 buy-in. I'm in a $150 buy-in, I think. This is like a lot of personal information. Like I said, Dynasty Deity channels, we're getting personal. I was on the big board. I finished 127th on the big board. I had how many teams did I have? Damn it. I don't have my budget file pulled up right now. I wasn't expecting to go this deep on this. I had a show script and I went off script already. I'm going to do that a lot. You can't cage me in, You got dry mouth, I'm trying to wet my whistle, enunciate, ow now brown cow. Did some mouth exercises and stuff, I'm a slack jaw yokel over here. Lazy talker, fat tongue. So I'm going to try to tone it up, make it, palatable, understandable, have a hard time looking people in the eye and focus on the camera too. I got a little autism going on, undiagnosed, self-diagnosed maybe. Completely off the hinges already, and we're fucking shit. We're 7 minutes in already. I haven't said shit in 7 minutes. But yeah, I finished 127th on the big board. I only had like fucking 10 teams, I think. 13 teams maybe. I had 4 or 5 little board or small board teams. The big board is a underdog best ball draft that happens before the NFL draft. I think that comes up around this time. It might be up now or it comes up after the combine. I believe it was up before free agency hit. So yeah, I think it comes up right after the combine. So yeah, I was basically going off of combine results and college tape, my projections of these players and the rookie picks, and then I was super high in the 2024 draft, which is how I killed startups. Like I said, I was in another dynasty league. I was in year 2. I made it a point to get 2024 picks in year 1. I ended up with 5 first-round picks and 13 picks total, and I made all the picks and I kept all the players, and they're all still on my team. So, yeah. Wait. Maybe it was 11 picks. I had 13 rookies. I got Jalen Coker and Tyron Tracy too, but I got those as free agent waiver wire picks. So, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I've been scouting since the mid 90s. I mean, I was like 8 years old when I first started scouting. 9 years old. I used to play the college football, basketball games, and this is pre-NIL. This is what set the O'Bannon brothers on this fucking shit initially for the name, image, and likeness. They didn't have the names. They just had the number. I remember playing with like Tony Delk and Jamal Mashburn and shit, and I was like, man, I want to know who these people are. So yeah, I started fucking watching college basketball. I started with college basketball. Allen Iverson, Vince Carter, Antoine Jameson, Shammond Williams. That UNC team was insane back then. And yeah, I would just put the names with them, and occasionally I would go back and edit the roster and put the names there. And that's basically how it started. And yeah, then I did it with football too. I think Tony Gonzalez was one of the first years. That's funny, Tony Gonzalez and Jason Kidd were both at Cal around that same time. Tony Gonzalez was also a basketball player. And yeah, that's what got me into it, and I've just been collecting data and scouting. I've been following recruiting since I think Chris Sims went to UT. Huge UT fan. We're getting that too. Like I said, I'm off script. This is an introduction. It's a good introduction, It gives you a little bit of who I am and what's going to happen. But yeah, so Dynasty Deity, this channel, that's going to deal with my personal experiences. That's just one of many, though. We ain't done yet. This is ELE. Everyone love everyone. This will just be like social content, I guess. Just talking about life and politics or just people. I won't do this much. This probably needs its own channel. I really won't deal with sports for the most part. Maybe I'll talk about some soccer stuff because all the racism dealing with soccer, so it might touch on that a little bit with Vinicius Jr. or something. By the way, I'm wearing a Real Madrid shirt. Huge Real Madrid fan. We're going to go over that in a second or two. But yeah, ELE, basically everyone love everyone. That's just, I'm going to touch on, just shit like that. It's going to be extremely random videos that pretty much have nothing to do with the other content, but, I just got shit in my head. I like to talk about a variety of different shit, and I got to get it out. I don't know. I mean, if I leave it in there, it just drives me crazy. Fucks with my head. Fucks with my energy. Leaves a bad taste in my mouth, and it makes me want to fucking hit people in the mouth. So I got to get this shit out. I'm talking about ELE and everyone love everyone. I'm talking about hitting people in the fucking mouth. I got issues. All right. This one is flexible fantasy football. This is a cool one. This is going to be most of my fantasy football content. This will be about the more general philosophies in fantasy as opposed to my personal ones. All my rankings will probably be on this. This will be more crowdsourced. The way I basically talk about it is like recruiting. Like 247 has its top 247. That's their picks, but it also has a composite rankings, which is weighted, I think, between On3, ESPN, Rivals, and some other recruiting platforms or companies, databases. But it's weighted based on the ones that they trust / respect more, whose opinions they hold in high regard. That's kind of what this will be. It's going to have KTC rankings. It's going to have some Fantasy Pros rankings, some other content creators rankings and opinions, and it's going to be weighted based on the ones that I hold in higher regard. At the end of the day, I'm going to do me, and I'm going to feel how I feel, but I take in a lot of information. I got a lot of different sources, and it does dilute my opinion a little bit. I'd like to say, but it's more so I understand where the community is and how the community feels, and I don't want to be so absolute, especially if I'm creating content. I don't want to put content out there and tell people to do something that might not be in their best interest because I'm risky and I'm carefree and don't give a fuck, and I'm gonna do me, but I don't necessarily want to tell everyone else to do me. I have no problem going down with the shit, but I don't want to take everyone with me. So that's what this is more so for. Is to be a more generalized, safer, crowdsourced version of my rankings, where I take other things into consideration. And it's flexible fantasy football because got to be flexible in fantasy football. You got the flex position, which I love dominating in the flex position, and there's no better way to flex in your league than flexing with the flex position. And the way you do that is by being flexible. So it all plays into each other. That's that little sales pitch for that channel and brand. Next up, we have offensive fantasy football. The funny thing about it is offensive and offensive are spelled the same. So I like that. You see the 18 and under, it will be vulgar. I won't hold no punches. I already said I don't give a fuck. I give zero fucks on this. If I'm talking about this is just me talking about fantasy football in an offensive manner. But, we care about offensive production. So, I like that too. It's going to tell you how to be offensive in fantasy football in an offensive way. Uh, I will offend people. I will get hate in the comments. I will show hate. You will think I'm hating. But I got quite a bit of research and data to back up most of my opinions. Like I said, I've been doing this for 25 plus years now. Fuck. I'd say 20 years, but yeah, it's already 2025, and I did it before the 2000s. I'm old, and I got in it young. I love sports. I love fucking researching and projecting and being ahead of the curve. Fucking, yeah, I like being right. And that's another reason why I'm doing this, for receipts, to put my fucking opinions out there with the timestamps so motherfuckers know where I stood and when I stood on this fucking hill beating my chest. So they can't be like, oh, no, you came around late. No, I didn't. And I ain't gonna run for my opinions if they're wrong either. I'll stand on mine. I fucking said it and I meant it. I'll tell you why I said it and why I felt that way. And I'll be more than happy to say I was fucking wrong. I'm wrong a lot. Alright? It is what it is. But I just listen to all these motherfuckers speak their mind, and they're wrong all the goddamn time. They ain't no better than me. And that's essentially where I'm at on this. Like, why are you better? Like, you're wrong, motherfucker. You ain't batting 1,000. You ain't fucking perfect. Eat a dick. So, yeah, we getting offensive up in here. We ain't out here always looking for likes and comments. I ain't looking for follows. I just want to be me. Be me, do me the way I want to do it. And that's what this is kind of about. We got another channel kind of similar, but it's going to deal with the more broader subjects, and that's only fans of football. Right here. Same thing. It's got the red circle with the line through it. It's going to be vulgar, but it's going to talk about Real Madrid and the Super League. It's going to talk about all the Real Madrid haters, how they fucking just, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. It's going to talk about UT and recruiting and college football. Like, we got the #1 recruiting class. We took Justice Terry out of Georgia. Now Georgia's trying to pass fucking laws where NIL can't be taxed because they're saying we got an advantage because we don't have a state tax. And the funny thing about that is like, what do you do to non-college NIL college students? Like, you're gonna tax them that work at the bookstore? Like, that's so weak. Like, and like, what about people like just real professionals? Like, you got CEOs that are getting state taxed. Like, do you think they're gonna be cool with NIL not getting taxed? Professors gonna be cool with that? Hell, are coaches not gonna get taxed now? Like, it's so whack how they want to try to compete and shit. Whatever. They talk shit. They try to say we bought Justice Terry. We didn't buy anyone, all right? No more than anyone else. We wasn't offering Justice Terry like $1 million more than you were. Maybe like 100,000 more that he probably got from no state tax. I think someone did the math. I was reading an article. Someone did the math. I think it's like 5% in Georgia, and I don't know how the contracts are written. I don't know if it's over 4 years, 3 years, if it's every individual years with like a projection kind of, but nothing's guaranteed. However the fuck this shit's written up, I don't fucking know. But just bitches always fucking crying, dog. Fucking crying. I'll say A&M bought their class. Because A&M did it without having production on the field, really. They did have Jimbo Fisher, and I guess he had some hype coming from Florida State, win the national championship and all that shit. But, dog, like, we fucking earned this shit. All right? Like, we just put Byron Murphy, Tavondre Sweat in the NFL. Our defensive line has been fucking insane. Colin Simmons was just a true freshman and played and dominated. You got these Georgia guys. They got so much fucking talent there over multiple years of top classes. Like, freshmen ain't getting on the field, really. You had fucking KJ Bolden, who went hard. Malachi Starks, I guess, was a true freshman, too, going hard. But there ain't no linemen going hard as true freshmen there. Like, linemen don't even fucking play as true freshmen. So, yeah, Justice Terry with the opportunity to play early and what we've done as far as producing and production on the field, eat a dick. Stop fucking crying, acting like we just bought him. Like, there's plenty of fucking evidence to suggest why he would want to come. The benefits of coming. Aside from the fact that Austin is a big city. You're basically a professional athlete in Austin, aside from getting NIL and all that. But, like, all the distraction you're going to face in an NFL city, there ain't no NFL teams in, fucking cities with less than 1 million people. So going to these college towns and stuff doesn't necessarily set you up to be an NFL athlete, to live in that environment, to cope with all that fame and attention and all the distractions that may be available. So there's so much opportunities. There's better academics. It just is what it is. I mean, there's so much more reasons to go to UT than just fucking money or whatever the fuck. So that's what this channel is going to talk a lot about too, in that kind of manner, because I don't give a fuck. I'm speaking my fucking mind. Motherfuckers just yell from rooftops, shouting fucking ignorant shit. I got my own rooftop. This is that rooftop. I'm going to yell my ignorant shit right back at you. Shut the fuck up, dumbass neighbor. So these are all of my kind of brands that are under the big brand of the BTTN. That's this right here. And that's the channel. That's what we're gonna do. That's the type of shit we're gonna do. I hope you enjoy it. I look forward to making it. I got so much shit that I like to talk about. So much shit that I like to touch on. So much shit that I'm involved in and care about. So yeah, I'm gonna be making some fucking videos. I'm gonna be talking some fucking shit. I'm gonna be offending people. It is what it is. I ain't doing this shit to be famous. I mean, if I get famous, fuck it, cool. I'm gonna get famous doing me though. I don't want to be famous being something else, because it'll just get revealed eventually, you know. I ain't trying to keep nothing in a closet. Fuck that. Alright? Me 24/7, so day I die. Now, ultimately, I do have a point to this video. I don't know, I might edit it, do it later. Yeah, we might just edit this. We'll make 2 videos out of it. See, I talk to myself mid-production. Because it's a solo job, you know. I'm the producer, the talent, fucking editor, blah, blah, blah. So I'm kind of thinking on the fly. I want to do a Luther Barton video. I got my mock draft video coming out. I got my big board for this upcoming NFL draft coming out. That's all NFL stuff. I do have my fantasy rankings, Debbie rankings, other things like that I'll be releasing. And that's where those other brands, the umbrella brands, will come into play. If there's certain content you want to view or something, I will put it in the description and the title. Flexible fantasy football, offensive fantasy football, only fantasy football, blah, blah, blah. So you'll kind of have an idea of what it is. Read the titles if you do follow or get notifications. Like I said, every video probably won't be for you. I wish within a channel you could make multiple channels inside that channel. Maybe one day they'll get there, and then I'll be able to kind of keep it more secluded. But I really don't want to run 5 different channels. Having 5 different brands already hard enough, but I don't know. I feel like I got schizophrenia or multiple personalities. I got so much in me. I got to talk about so much shit, and got a lot of free time and interest. So I do my due diligence, my research and things like that for most of these subjects. So should be pretty good content, informative, accurate. I do pride myself on accuracy for the most part when I want to be. I mean, I like to just talk shit and bullshit too. There's definitely some subjective shit. Most opinions are subjective. That's why it's an opinion, you know. Media has changed to where it's basically all opinion based, so I'm just fitting in, that's all. We don't need to have 2 sources and or fact check them. We could just have one person say something, and next thing you know, it's a fucking full page article or a damn expose or something on a big fucking network. So good job. Yeah. So there we go. Tie a bow on that.